It's very important to not to focus or put all your energy and time to essential pleasure. If that's the case, then we are not better than dog, isn't cat? They can do easily. They don't have to kind of go to school 16 years to get a food and roof, So we human beings are very unique. Just having a food in stomach and roof on the head doesn't mean we have a freedom. Freedom is greater than that. Freedom of expression, freedom of thinking, freedom of speech. So that's why we should, to get this, definitely we should think, more profound. I am a human being. I am not dog and cat. So what makes me a human being? When it comes to the senses, human being is not unique at all. Physical level, there's many animals who is bigger than a human being. When it comes to hear sense, there's many animals who can hear much kind of far than human being. Human ear is not that the greatest ear. Smell. Human nose is not the best nose, There's many animals who can smell very far, and eye and so forth. But what makes human very unique is this human unique heart and brain. These if you use this in the best way and positive way, then no animal can challenge that. But in our regular time, we will act like an animal. Food, shelter, sex, that's it. That's it. Get rid of your enemy and take care of your loved ones. That's animal can do easily. There's not speciality of the human being. So that's why try to understand whatever unique you have, uniqueness. Use this unique heart to do something unique. Use this unique brain to do some unique, positive, to help many. If we human beings do well, it will affect many people, isn't it? Even this world. If you do wrong, it's not only we suffer the human being, but how many animals kind of suffer because of human behaviors? How many destruction happens on this planet because of human destruction? So if you look from one aspect, human being acts like a barbarian, uncivilized. The destruction we do, those animals cannot do. But we are very proud of ourselves. These are a wild animal. I'm not a wild animal. I'm a civilized. I wear a tie and Mercedes. So I'm civilized. No, civilized doesn't mean that way, Civilization comes from inside, not having a shaved hair and tie and driving this fancy car. That doesn't mean you are civilized. Civilized means behavior, not wild. So that's why sometimes we act worse than animals. So that's why it's very important through the past, experience. We should learn from that, and then in the future we should not repeat this mistake again. Otherwise, we wish and we demonstrate peace, world peace, world peace. It will remain like that, no more peace. On one hand, as a human being, as this kind of life, we need education and possessions or the money, and technology and fame or positions are very important. But you must have first, make sure when you have these things, you are ready or you are prepared. You are the right person to use that kind of these things. So sometimes I call that spirituality. I make that very big distinction between religion and spirituality. When it comes to religion, it's individual choice. Not necessarily if you belong to a religion, you are happier and you get better. There are many crazy religious followers, isn't it? It doesn't mean that you have to belong to a religion. Otherwise, you are a bad guy. No, not necessarily. But when it comes to spirituality, it's the morality. It's the do that brings to connect each other in a positive way. So that's why it's very important for everyone to live a very spiritual life, not necessarily a religious life. And also, His Holiness Dalai Lama always says, don't change your religion. Changing your religion, if you are a bad Christian, if you change to Buddhist, you will be still bad Buddhist. don't expect, I'm very bad Christian, but if I change to Buddhism, I'll be best Buddhist. That's wrong. So that's why stay who you are, and if you think there's something missing in your religion, and you think there's something good things that is another religion, you can take that and add in your religion. For example, if you have a small garden outside of your house, if your neighbor has a small garden, but one day you wake up and look, oh, there's a very beautiful flower there. We don't have it. So if you go there, and could you change our garden? That's stupid, isn't it? Instead that, where you get this flower, I really want this, like this flower, I want to plant it. You plant it there. So that's why I think I always tell people, it's very important to live happy present. Don't always think I'm nasty, I'm unhappy. But when I become, this, and then I'll be happy. If you say that's wrong, If you are a if you are an unhappy student of high school, then definitely you will be unhappy student, college student. Then you'll be unhappy kind of adult. So that's why if you really want to be a very kind of happy part of your later part of your life, the best preparation is to be happy now. If you have if you want to be healthy in the later part of the life, the best part of that prepare that is to live healthy now. You have a cigarette in your mouth and bottle of wine here, and I want to live long and healthy later part of my life. That's wrong, isn't it? If you really want to live long, just quit these two. Like this is one example, okay? So that's why in Buddhism, the kind of meditation is a very, very important, because it helps us to get acquainted or to familiarize with these good qualities or good motivations or good attitudes. So among these attitudes, the best or the most important part of that is called loving kindness or compassion. These are the very, very important, and really kind of compassion and love is the two sides of the coin. The love that we use in our ordinary sense. I love my friend, I love my wife, I love my boyfriend, whatever, These are, we are not talking about this love here, okay? That kind of love is almost attachment, not love. Because love, the definition of love is just give. Our love is take and then give. If there's nothing to take, don't give. You know that very well, isn't it? If you get married, before you don't get married to anyone, isn't it? But you get married who she is, who he is, what knowledge she has, how much money she has. You count and, oh, if I have that person, then it will make me happy. Then you say, oh, I want to marry, I love you, I want to marry you. If that person has nothing to give you, sorry, I'm sorry, I don't want. So that means business, you are business, isn't it? Business, if you don't give, if you don't pay, they don't give the object, isn't it? So that is not kind of love. Love actually means just give, but not to take. Whether somebody gives to you, that's great, but you have no expectation. Just give the good qualities. Just give the love. Wish everyone to be happy. That strong wish to everyone to be happy, and you must have some kind of empathy, and you must have some responsibility, and you do something to happen that. That's called love. The compassion is the other side. When you see the suffering or the problem, the misery of the world, you feel some connection, whether that person is your enemy, whether that person is a stranger, whether that person is your loved ones, doesn't matter. Who they are doesn't matter, but that person really needs your help. So you feel some concern. This is also like myself, who don't want to suffer and who want to be happy. But at this moment, this person is in a bad situation. So you do something, wish that how it is good if this person separate from this problem, and what I can do. You do some empathy, and you take some responsibility and do best of whatever you can. That's called a compassion. So the difference between then I'll stop, okay? The difference between the ordinary love, ordinary compassion, and ordinary enlightened compassion. Ordinary compassion is biased. It doesn't reach everyone. It is conditioned, and it has an expectation. It's self-centered. Of course, that compassion is much better than hatred, no question. But still, it's not the best compassion. It's like a diamond, which is not shaped, it's not cleaned. It's diamond there, but still it's not, you can use right away, because it's very dusty, it's covered with dust, and it's also shape is very, very strange, not good shape, isn't it? So, the enlightened compassion is that unbiased, unconditional, no expectation, not self-centered. Just that person needs help. That's it. That's called kind of, enlightened compassion. But how we do that? Ordinary people, whether I feel compassion to that person or not, very much depend on the action of that person. If that person loves you and you are a friend and do good things to you, then it's easier for us to develop compassion to that person. Isn't? If that person is a stranger who don't hurt me, who don't help me, then my compassion becomes ignored. I don't care. But if that person really want to ruin my life, destroy my life, his action is something kind of hurting me, so that's why my compassion cannot go there. So that's why ordinary people's compassion is based on the action of the people towards you. But enlightened compassion not based on the action of other people, who they are, whether they are my enemy, whether they are a stranger, or whether they are my loved one. From their own side, everybody wants to be happy. Everyone wants to get out from suffering. My loved one only want to be happy. Not like that. Everyone. So that's why whenever you practice compassion, if you based on we are all same, whether it's my enemy or whether a stranger or whether it's I'm a friend. Everybody want to be happy. Everybody don't want to suffer. So that's why it's my responsibility who that person is. Doesn't matter. It's my responsibility to help them because they need my help. So that's why it's very important. So His Holiness the Dalai Lama always call it secular ethic. Secular ethic does not mean no respect to the religion, but respect to every religion. But when you practice these kind of moral issues, you don't based on the religion. You based on common sense. If I help someone, in this case, is that better? Is that more sense? Or if I ignore that person? You should feel that way, see that way. So whatever the common sense in the reality, based on the reality, based on common sense, if you act accordingly, then your life will get much better. So that's why meditation actually means to familiarize or to habituate your motivation or intention or attitude towards constructive, realistic, and beneficial attitude. The more you do that, you become more stronger. Doesn't matter what kind of trouble externally, you can handle very kind of very bad way. It's impossible to get rid of all the problem, outside problem. It's impossible. The thing you can do is you can make yourself very strong when you handle each and every situations. So one of these great Saint Shantideva, 7th century saint, said, if someone asks you to cover whole ground wherever you walk with a ladder, it's almost impossible, isn't it? We need, we walk almost, 1,000 miles. If I need a ladder to cover that 1,000 miles, that doesn't make sense. I need a lot of leather. So stupid people like us, like me, try to buy the leather because I walked a lot. So I always feel bad because I cannot do that. It is impossible. But the intelligent people, they don't follow that. They buy the leather that can cover their shoes, sole. So by covering these, wherever you can go, it's covered by leather. You don't need everything to cover there. So that's why when ordinary people, when we are try to solve the problem, we solve the problem there. I want to this away, this away, this away, this away. It's impossible. The more you get rid of, the more comes. So one other example is, if your finger is burnt by the fire, it's very painful, isn't it? So you say, these fires are bad. I want to get rid of all the fire that has the ability to burn my finger. Impossible, isn't it? How can you get rid of all the fire in the world? But instead of that, you must either wear a fireproof finger or cover, or you get away from the fire. Don't go too close to the fire. That's more important, effective than getting rid of all these fires. So likewise, don't always try to solve the problem, and don't try to complain all the external. Your happiness can be only achieved by yourself. Nobody can make you happy if you are unhappy. If you are suffering, nobody can make you more happy to you. So that's most time you should look inside. I'm the main person. I should do my best. If I have a problem, headache, I should take care. This is my headache. I cannot say, please ask someone to eat the headache medicine and take care of my headache. It will not work. So that's why it's very important to live your life. Our life, human life, is a very, very short and very, very special. But it will be special for everyone or not, you individually for you or not, that depends on how you live. So that's why it's very important to live meaningful life with a lot of compassion and good way. It's very different from Western life, when you become a monk, or when you do a lot of spiritual practice, actually it's not allowed you to tell how great you are, how good meditator you are, how much you spend for the meditation. We said ordinary people hide their mistakes and claim their good qualities. Spiritual people should hide their good qualities and claim I'm bad, I'm stupid, so claim that. That's the difference between the ordinary people. So that's why we don't it's usually in the monastery, we don't each other what you do, how much you meditate, but if there's a purpose, then we tell it. But in case, anyway, I think when you do some meditation, it's not important the quantity, how long you do. It's important how well you do. Width of the life is more important than the length of the life. If you live fully, then even it's 1 year, it's great. If your life is miserable, a troublemaker, then 1 year is too long. So that's why meditation also, I always tell, it's very important. It will make change a lot. At least in the morning, 5 minutes. Just sit down, take a shower, and then before everything comes out, just sit down and relax and be prepared for the day. Even if you don't know a very, very sophisticated meditation, just relax, take some breathe, and plan for the day. Wow, how fortunate am I? How many people died last night and not seen this beautiful day? I am not one of them. That is not beautiful, isn't it? We don't know where we are going. So that's what the life, in front of that, this is beautiful. So I have 1 day to live, great, that's magic. So now, whether yesterday what I did is past, it's a story. Whether I did well or not, it's gone. But today what I will do is in my hand. Whether I waste my day, whether I live in a meaningful life, that's in my hand. So that's why if some people ruin my life, I complain them. But if that's the case, then I should first not ruin my life. I should take care. It's my responsibility to take care of my life, to live a meaningful life. After that, if someone is going to be destroying my life, please don't destroy me. Otherwise, you don't take care of your life, you waste, and if you tell other people don't destroy my life, that doesn't make sense, isn't it? So that's why it's very important meditation. Don't consider meditation is a religious thing. To calm, peaceful. There is a beauty in slow down, quiet. If you're busy all the time, there's no beauty. You can smell, or you can see, or you can hear many things you don't hear when you are busy. You will miss a lot of things when we are running here and there all the time. There's 10 things here in this brain. If you think that at the end you don't even get one. So that's why in Buddhism it's like very strict, When you are eating, just eat, focus. Don't food here, television here, music here, and popcorn here, and you book here. If you do that, at the end you get nothing. Every stage of life has a, stage. When you are concept here, don't that person come out very early. Just stay 9 months there. The better, more healthier. And when you are at young people, just let them enjoy. Don't make them adult right away. Every session, it's like, it's much healthier to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner every day than eat 7 breakfasts, 7 lunch, 7 dinners together, and the rest of 6 days if you don't eat at all. That doesn't make sense, isn't it? So that's why each stage of life you should enjoy. Don't try to mix up everything. So that's why meditation is very, very important, because a lot of times we make a lot of mistakes, isn't it? That mistake doesn't have to happen, but the lack of mindfulness. So that's why if you prepare from the beginning, you motivated, good intention and strong intention that today I will do my best. So we are always looking for the product, but it's not sure whether you will enjoy that or not. Even if you enjoy, it's a very, very short time, isn't it? For example, like cooking, put the feet in your mouth, that's it, isn't it? If you enjoy the process, then going to the grocery and then put them in the refrigerator, then cooking, then setting it on the table. So you almost enjoy 5 or 6 hours, isn't it? So there's always live in the moment and don't too much, go thinking about the past and worrying about the future. Live in the present. So it's called, maybe I told you last time also, in English, that's not a Buddhist quotation. Okay. It says, past is history. Future is mystery. Present is a gift. So that's why it's called present. True, isn't it? But we don't live, we worry all the time. We are a worrier. So if you worry too much, that will not solve problem. I always make distinction between concern and worry. It doesn't mean I don't care about my latter part. We don't say that, We have to take care of it, think about for that. But that doesn't mean you have to worry about the latter part of your life. So it's important. So meditation is very, very good. If you do it for at least for 1 year, 5 minutes, you will see the change. You will reduce a lot of mistakes. So you don't have to, feel bad about your mistakes. If it's my child, and if that my child asks me, I will first teach them that they are human beings. Not they are Catholic, they are not that Jewish, not they are Buddhist. I'll tell them who they are first. You are one of the member of this 70 billion or whatever human beings on this planet. That is more important than you are Jewish, you are Catholic. They don't know what that Catholic means, what this Jewish means. If you tell them, it may go wrong. So then slowly, after that, you can tell them spirituality before religion. Be a good human being, respect other people, be compassionate, help others, be patient, don't be greedy. Teach these things more important than you are Catholic. Read the Bible, you are Buddhist, you read this, go to the temple every day. These are not good for children. On the basis of those kind of as a human being and spirituality advice, then if they really want to ask you that something, before you say you are Catholic, you should teach them what religion that, if you are Catholic, explain them what is Catholic means. What is the main point of Catholic? Because majority of our people here say they belong to a religion, isn't it? But in reality, they don't know what that religion is. If you say, I'm Christian because I celebrate Christmas. I'm celebrating Easter, so I'm Christian. I'm Buddhist because I like Buddha and I go to temple. That's not the case, isn't it? So first, before you claim you are that, this, and that, you must know at least what's the main point of practice of that religion. And then if you say, I'm this and that, much better. Just external, it's not like it's not politics, it's not good. So that's why I think don't be too early to let your kids belong to a religion. If they ask without your force, if they ask voluntarily, then introduce first thing first and second thing second, and then let them choose. Don't say, I'm your mother, I'm Catholic, so you must be Catholic. Don't say that, it's their choice. Don't say, I'm nurse, you should be nurse. I'm murderer, you should be a murderer. You cannot say that, their life's their life. So that's why once you choose, but it's also very important not to choose this very early. Examine, read, study. A lot of books about Catholic, a lot of books of Buddhism, a lot of Jewish, and this. And then after that, you think, everyone is good, isn't it? Nothing's wrong, but which one is more relevant for you? In your case, which one makes more sense? And then follow, then that's like choosing a major in the school. You study many subjects, but when you're about to go to college, in the college, you choose the major that you are interested, you like most. Likewise, religion. It's very important to choose, but this, you should be not too hurry. If they ask from their side, maybe you should tell them something, but I don't think it's good to divide the kids from the beginning. You are white, you are American. So divide, that means you are not you are not Asian. So that's why let's say you are a human being. Then after they get a little bit older, then you can tell them. But spirituality, as like we send them to school to educate them so they will have a better life, to teach the spirituality to have a happy life. Those are more important than religious and read the Bible all the time or go to a temple or go to the temple all the time. These are not that important at that moment. I'll tell that my story past in a short form, okay? I was in the school because I came to exile in India when I was 2 years old, so I don't remember what Tibet looks like. And fortunately, my birthplace is very close to Bhutan, so we don't have to cross Himalaya mountain, Mount Everest, But finally, I came to India and Dharamsala, and I was sent to Tibet. And then Dalai Lama asked Indian government to to open some Tibetan schools. So I was sent to one of the Tibetan schools. While I was there, many parents come to visit their kids. They come, oh, my son, my daughter come. They give the food or a present or whatever and hug them and then, okay, goodbye. They leave the rest of the kids like that, Then sometimes the monks come. They bring me a big package of, candies or biscuits. They share everyone and they hug everyone. I said, wow, these people looks very strange, I'm sure that this person is not the father of every kid. But they treat them equally. What makes them treat them equally? They hug and they kiss and they just, smile. And they look very different like this, They don't hurt the peer and they shake their side. Oh, wow, what a strange guy. And I asked one of them, our foster parents, who are these? They give everyone and they hug everyone. Not like parents, they only do their own like kids. And they said, these are Tibetan Buddhist monks. They live in the monastery. They practice compassion. I really like that idea, but at that moment I'm 7 years old and I don't know, but it's very, very kind of enlightening, it's inspirational. And then in Tibetan textbook, when you finish the first chapter, before you go to second chapter, there's always a quotation or poetries to relax yourself between the first chapter and second chapter. So one time I just reached a chapter, and it is one of the quotations from Buddha's own word. It says, my monks and my followers do not respect me because I'm a Buddha. First, analyze my teaching. Like the goldsmith, analyze his gold by cutting, wrapping, burning. Through these three ways, he knows whether that gold is pure or not. Likewise, check my teachings through studying, through meditation, through experiencing. Through these three ways, if you think this makes sense and this is beneficial, then respect me. If you throw these three, if there's that doesn't make sense, and it's garbage. This word stuck to me, because before that I thought religion is superficial. It's an order. If you don't listen to the order of God or the Buddha, they will send you to hell. So that's why my life is controlled by God, you know. When I need them, they are not there. But when I do something wrong, they will put me into the hell. So I think I don't need this God or Buddha to take care of my life. They don't help me at all. But when I do something wrong, they put me in heaven, hell. So I don't like it. So it's a blind faith, and I don't respect any religion. But when I opened that kind of quotation, I thought, wow, I can relate this to every religion. From that opened my mind, and then I become more religious person. I go to the temple and just do some prayers, these things, you know. Then one day, my brother-in-law was a monk. So he has a very good friends in the monastery in India. So he heard that this monastery is accepting 25 young boys from the schools to a monk. So he wrote me, Tenzin, if you want to become a monk, this is a good chance. This monastery is the personal monastery, and they have a very, very good educational system. They teach philosophy, and they teach arts and rituals. If you like that, there's a chance. You think, and let me know. When I visit that kind of letter, I was very excited. Now I can become that monk, smiling monk, and I can share on a candies to everyone, not to only my brothers and sisters, you know. So that's why I enjoy, and I showed that letter to my classmate. And as soon as he heard that, he said, I will join you. So then we just went to the school office, and we are going to the monastery, and they wanted to become monk, but there's an admission test. So we don't know what kind of test is that, and we have no any idea. So if we fail, it says we have to go back to where you come from. So we are not sure whether you can pass or fail. So if you fail, could you let us come back to the school? He said, no. You kids are not happy with the school. You think there's a better place to go. If you think there's a better place to go, you go, but you cannot come back. If you stay. If you go, then go. We'll, take out your name from the registration. But it was a very big decision for the 10-year-old boy. But the excitement is too strong. And we said, okay. Finally, we decided, let's jump. If maybe we can pass. If we cannot pass, this world is big. We can get somewhere to go. And that's one of the main reasons. But other small reason is my mother lives in the town where the monastery is. So I thought that is good excuse for me to meet her many, many times. So that's why I can meet her more often. So we went, it's okay, take out our name, we jumped, and finally, fortunately, we passed. The examination is a memorization of 10 big long pages, you know. We passed. Then we become the student of the monastery. So this is how I end up. So I did not do a lot of research, but still some of the inspirations are that really stuck in that, child. So that your job is to give love. Whether that is accepting or not, that's their job. You cannot control anyone. So that's why you give as much as you can. But again, when you give love and compassion, this kind of heart should support it by the wisdom, not be a stupid love, stupid compassion. You must do the right things. If I do this, for example, if one person asks you for money and you have a love, you have a lot of money in your pocket, and you think, and he said, please give me $5, and he was drunk, okay, and he said, yeah, because I want to yesterday I drink a lot, this morning I drink a lot, now I don't have money, so I want to drink more alcohol, so that's why please give me $5. At that time, you want to love, you want to give them, but that's not good. That will hurt him, so I'm sorry. Because I will not give you the money to buy alcohol, but if you're hungry, I will buy you a food. If someone says, I want to suicide, but I don't have a knife, could you buy me a knife? You are compassionate, knife is nothing for you. But at that time, situation is very important. Don't apply, so Buddhism is not a strict rule. It depends on the situation. One story I'll tell, then we will stop, okay? Buddha said, don't tell lie in your individual case. Never ever tell lie. Telling lie is extremely bad. But when it comes to help someone, it's possible. I will tell you a story. One time, in ancient time, many, many years ago, Buddhist monks go to meditation, and then it's a lunchtime, they pick up their bowl and go door to door for alms, and lay people are very excited to give their best part of food to the monk. So that's why one time the monk went to pack lunch, and he come back to his meditation cave. He come to an intersection. Suddenly a deer went by. He said, what's happening? Then after a few minutes, a hunter comes with a bow and arrow. He lost the deer, and he saw the monk. Oh, now he knows. He saw where the deer is. He asked, hey monk, where's the deer? I chased this deer for a few hours, but he ran away. Could not catch him. Please tell me where is he? Now monk thought, I'm Buddhist monk. Buddha said, don't tell lie at all. So should I tell truth? If I tell truth, what will happen? If I tell lie, what will happen? You weigh. And he said, okay, if I tell truth, hunter will get the deer, and he will kill the deer, and deer will suffer, of course. Then as a killing an animal, hunter will also suffer. So this is my job to say both. If I tell lie, maybe telling lie, I will go to hell, but I also gain the two, kind of saving two lives. So he said, okay, in this case, I will tell lie. Let me go to the hell by telling lie, but I don't want to kind of kill this. He said, deer went this way. So hunter didn't find it. He didn't get the deer, and deer was happily eating the grass. So this is the situation, So you should be smart, wise to look. Don't just narrow-minded and see only it's a rule, otherwise you'll go to hell. Not like that, Look from wider perspective, larger kind of, from all direction, If you look from every direction, you will see better. For example, you have a problem. If you have a headache, if you see very narrow-minded, it's a big problem. Oh, this headache is a big. This is the worst thing in the world. You feel very, very bad. If you look from wider perspective, this headache is nothing. You will think, oh, it's great, I have no cancer. Just a headache. What a wonderful. If I have cancer, that will be much worse. And how many people have lost their eye? I'm not. If you look from every direction, every angle, then it can minimize your how many problems, the suffering. If you look at everything very seriously, very personal, very narrow-minded, then even if it's a small problem, it becomes big, and it will ruin whole life. So that's why be skillful or be wise is very important to handle different situations. If your life goes very well, extremely well, your health is great, your money is great, your education is great, don't be too proud. Don't be too excited. Enjoy that and see, this is the fruit of my good karma. Great, I enjoy it. But don't be too excited and don't be too attached to that. Then one day it will go down and you will feel very bad. When your life is very bad, everything goes wrong. Health is bad, your relation is bad, your bank balance is bad, everything is bad. Don't be too overwhelmed. Okay, it's very bad, but it's not forever. It has also end. If you think from a wider perspective, same situation, but it will not disturb you that much. So that's why be careful, always think careful, and look from every direction. Okay? Thank you very much.